Have you ever wondered why you're here, why you're listening to tarot readings, why you want somebody to give you guidance? I think it's because you're spiritual, or you might even be on a spiritual path. So you've probably asked yourself, am I spiritual? I just kind of like the cards, or what does the spiritual path even mean? And why would I be on a spiritual path, right? And if all this is true, if I'm spiritual and I'm on a spiritual path, what am I going to do about it, right? So in this video, I want to discuss some key concepts that can help you decide if you may or may not be on a spiritual path. So what is spirituality? It's a very broad concept. It's a sense of connection with something that's greater than yourself, right? Something that's higher than yourself, something more than who you are. Take me for example. I'm 60 years old, so I've had some life experiences, right? Been through a lot of stuff. And I was taught certain things from my parents and from my family. And then as I went through my life, I learned more things, right? So then I take what I learned and I start saying, okay, well, I believe this, but I kind of believe that too. So you kind of like just tweak things, right? And kind of move them to how they would work best for you. Spirituality is also associated with a search for purpose and meaning in your life, right? Why am I here? What is Denise? What's Denise's purpose, right? I was a public servant for decades, right? So now what am I going to do with my life? Aside from taking care of myself and enjoying my life, what else do I want? Me, I'm a teacher at heart, right? I'm a public servant. I'm a sacred servant. I like to give to others and help people understand things for themselves so that they can better themselves, okay? And spirituality can also involve beliefs, right, in a higher power. Do you believe in God, Buddha, Gaia? Is it just a higher being, as in the stars, or do you pray? Do you have organized religion? Right? You don't have to have organized religion to be spiritual. And because you believe in an organized religion, that doesn't mean you can't be spiritual too. Spirituality is personal. We all experience it in diverse ways. Some find that through religion and prayer and meditation that they get more spiritual. They grow, right? They expand their beliefs and their knowledge, right? And maybe they add traditions, maybe they take away traditions. While others connect to nature, to art, to music, and through relationships, right? We all do things differently. What I feel is spiritual may not be what you think is spiritual. Now, personally, I like to read tarot cards. And what I do with tarot cards, or how I feel about tarot cards, is that they give me guidance, right? Like these oracle cards. This says, your greatest joy pollinates the world, right? So I look at the card, and I see there's flowers. I see it's a number 41, which is a 5, which is change. There's a bee. The bee is pollinating the flowers, right? So it's giving me ideas, right? And because I'm personally on a spiritual path, because I'm trying to better myself and be a better Denise than I've been before, then that helps me. And then you have the world, right? And the world is about closing chapters. It's about ending something so that you can begin. The world is the last card in the major arcana, and the Fool is the first card. And so the Fool is you, or that person that's going on this journey, and the major arcana is that journey. And through the journey, you encounter each of the different cards, and each of those give you or show you your knowledge and experience, or the energies that are happening in that specific moment, okay? Spirituality is deeply personal and can be characterized in different ways. And I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget them. So you have introspection and self-reflection, right? So that's where you're experiencing your values, your beliefs, your purposes, right? What is it that's important for you? Then you have a sense of awe or wonder, a feeling of connection to something greater than yourself, like nature, right? Like when you want to meditate and you go out in nature, you walk barefoot in the grass, or you go to the mountains and you just listen to nature, or you go out to the beach and you can smell the sea salt and you hear the waves and you see the birds, seagulls or whatever flying in the air, or you might see a dolphin, right? When I was in Maui, I saw these humpback whales and sea turtles, and it just blew me away that something is greater than myself, right? Then you have moral and ethical behavior. Your moral and ethical behavior is based on what is right and wrong, right? How are you taught what is right and wrong? And then when we think about right and wrong, we have to also think about common sense, right? We're all taught differently for the most part because we're all pretty much the same when you think about it, right? And I say that because I was in the military and I was around lots of people, and although our stories were different, they were also the same. So that was a sense of awe too. It was like, wow, right? So spirituality could be seeking meaning and purpose, right? What is the meaning and purpose of my life? Why am I here? Why am I doing this job? I'm not happy in this job. What's going to make me happy? So it's finding significance in your life experiences. Spirituality could be your connection with others, like the connection that I had with everybody in the military that I experienced, right? Or my connection with my family. It could be your connection with your friends, with your family. Your connection, you went on a vacation, right? You went on a cruise, or you went to Thailand, or you went to, I don't know, the Grand Canyon, and you had a connection with others, right? And speaking of the Grand Canyon, that is massive. I haven't been there since I was a child, and I want to go back, but wow, right? Nature is wondrous. And then just remember, spirituality isn't a monolith, right? It's not just one thing. It's different for everyone. Spirituality can be manifested in countless ways, right? There's what I think of spirituality isn't the end all be all, right? There's so much more, right? And right now we're shining light. We're shining light. Those of us that are reading tarot, we're shining light on others so that you, as you're listening to the tarot reading and resonating with it, you can say, oh, okay, that's resonating with me, so let me take those things into consideration. So why am I doing this video? Well, so if you're new to my channel, you don't know this, but I have I've begun a thing called the Empowerment Series, and I've had a couple of videos in there, a few I believe, to how do you know it's time for change, right? And about decluttering, right? And then there's also, I've done a video on twin flames versus soulmates. So one of the things that I want to do when I shine my light is I want to empower people. I want to empower those of you that are my subscribers. The majority of my subscribers are 40 plus, right? We've lived through some things, and now we're trying to take all that knowledge and experience and see what we're going to do with it. So some of the ideas for videos in this video series are the difference between organized religion and spirituality. Is spirituality a new religion, right? Can I be spiritual and have organized religion? Can I combine the two? Discovering what your spiritual gifts are. We all have them, right? We all have intuition. Intuition is like a gut feeling. That's how it feels for me. You can hear it ringing in your ear. You can see signs. You can just know things, right? Those are just examples. How do you know if you're on a spiritual path? And if you are, how do you decide that you're going to pursue it, right? One class I'm excited about, or video I'm excited about, is breaking out of the matrix on our way to the spiritual path, right? And it was something that I saw and read, and I was like, oh my gosh, this kind of culminates the reason that I'm doing all this, right? What I'd like to do is to do some more videos about being spiritual and what to do with it. I might add some lives. I am also getting ready to do extended readings on my YouTube channel, and what that's going to entail is I do my regular readings, my weekly tarot, my weekly love, my monthly. I'll do messages from spirit, what you don't see coming, anything that I download that I get while I'm preparing every day. And then in those extended readings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, like already I'll do what you don't see coming, right? So that'll be one of the things. What you don't see coming, any blocks, the next 30 days, messages from spirit, and then the outcome. So it's going to answer specific questions in those readings. And those extendeds are going to be part of a membership that I'm offering. And my membership is going to be on Patreon. And I'll have a link in the description box for that. I want to start these extended readings in November. And my first tier of membership is going to allow you to have access to all the extended readings for the 12 zodiac monthly readings. And then the second tier is going to allow you to have access to all the extendeds for all the readings that I do and have extendeds for, not just those 12. So you can get, you know, a plethora of videos. So let me know what you'd like to hear or what you'd like to see. What's important to you? I'm really excited about this. Am I spiritual? You know, why are we here? Why do we listen to tarot? We can have lives where we talk about the different cards, like I explained the world card and this oracle, how I read that. We can talk about astrology. I'm not an expert in astrology, but I'm learning, and I know that that energy affects me. So I'm here for you, and I want to help you on your journey. And I hope that you enjoyed my readings. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you subscribe. Please hit like. Please share this with anybody you think might need to hear this. And if you're new to my channel, again, welcome. And please subscribe if you have not yet. And until we meet again, have a good day.